Hey, everybody, I'm Dave Graber.
And I'm Kelsey Anderson.
And welcome to another edition of Buffalo Brief. A lot to get to today. It's been interesting this week, I feel like, because there was so much excitement on Wednesday, or on Sunday because of the Bills game. Almost a feeling of relief going into Monday. Tuesday, maybe a recovery day. And now I'm starting to feel like things are ramping up a little bit. Like our coverage is getting in. We're starting to get some of the stuff in for our special on Friday. It's getting colder and we're expecting some snow as well over the next couple of days. I'm feeling like this is a good day.
It's a good day, but I'm in a constant state of anxiety at this point.
Oh, no.
Because the
Well,
Bills,
don't do
the game is so stressful. And then you're like, we won. And then you're immediately looking ahead to,
True.
Oh, we have to win another one. And that's
Short
going
week.
to be stressful.
a
In a
short
short
week,
week. A lot of people are hurt. But yes, it is getting colder. It's actually getting very cold.
Very.
Starting tomorrow. But our next guest and segment, that relates to the cold. So this really works out.
It really does. This is a really, really neat event in the village of Mayville, something they do every year. At least they certainly try to. And one of the reasons why I like it is because it's magnificent, but it also is a true community event. The community bands together, the local businesses, local residents, the village, town officials, everyone gets together to put this on. And it's so cool. I don't know. And I think what we're talking about is the Mayville Winterfest, which takes place in February. So we're kind of previewing it a little bit, a couple of weeks in advance to get folks ready for it and to get the village all of the notoriety. So if we could bring in the village mayor, that is Richard Seiper, and Serena Gilkinson. She is the chair of this event. And also, Serena, if you could, you mentioned that you were also a president of the organization that is effectively the host organization. Could you tell me what that organization is, please?
So our not-for-profit is brand new as of April 2024, based out of Mayville. And really what it comes down to is we want to inspire good and give back. So we work a lot within the community. We've done a lot with the village, other organizations, doing different events, just trying to, find things that we could do as a community and give back. So positively.
Great. So a lot of people know this as the festival that creates the big ice castle.
Yes.
We have video of that from last year. It is a huge production. That construction is starting in about a week and a half. Richard, if nobody's been down to Mayville or if you haven't been to this festival before, give us some, just some bullet points on why people should come check this out.
Well, the Ice Castle is just an amazing feat that 30 volunteers come together, businesses come together providing lunches, and builds this magnificent ice castle that it's just amazing to come and see and touch, and families just love coming out in the cold weather to touch ice that's harvested from Chautauqua Lake.
It is such a fantastic thing. And I want to get into this in just a little bit because I want to go over the logistics as well. But that you just said that, Rick, the fact that it's taken and harvested right from the lake and literally 100 feet behind it. I mean, the way that Mayville and the town and other folks, whoever works on this, the way that they've got these crews working, you've got it down to a science. It is fantastic. So could you also, Rick and or Serena, talk a little bit about some of the other events that are surrounding this, and then we'll get into kind of the logistics of this awesome ice castle.
So Friday night we do our opening ceremonies where we light the castle. We'll have food trucks this year, activities that'll be open all weekend, but we have new things this year like a cornhole tournament on Friday with a large cash prize payout. We've got our medallion hunt that takes place for 10 days up to the castle. So that one's got $1,000 payout this year for whoever finds the medallion hunt. So, but we've got fireworks and live music, and we have a DJ all weekend, and it's very family oriented. So we've got a kids zone and sledding hills and wagon rides, and there's just so much fun that happens at this festival.
And we are 1 month out from that. Give us the dates really quick.
February 13th, 14th, and 15th.
All right. Let's go back to the ice castle. It is quite the production creating this. Last year, it was so beautiful. So
Yeah.
give us the lowdown on how
Yeah.
exactly it goes from, ice covered lake to ice castle.
So a lot of man hours and a lot of pre-planning. We've already have a new design for this year that we hope will spectacular, make people feel like they're inside the castle. We have new ideals for that. But pre-planning and many hours of cutting the ice from the lake, harvesting it, and building it safely in that.
We can see these chunks are super thick. What is sort of the caliber that you guys need, Rick, in order to start this? Obviously, the temperature needs to be a certain thing. There needs to be ice on the lake. How thick do these blocks need to be, and how heavy are they? I mean, we see a front loader here or a track hoe that's lifting these things up.
We like to have at least 8 inches as you harvest the ice. If they're not 8 inches, they kind of break in half. So 8 inches is the goal. And in cold weather, because the cold weather makes the blocks bigger. As the blocks get thicker, that makes the castle go up a lot quicker. The blocks can go from anywhere from 500 up to 1,500 pounds.
Oh, man.
This literally looks like it's straight out of a Disney movie.
Yes, it
by
does.
the way.
How they're doing it, right?
They have this
The little
pulley
track,
system.
yes.
They have a track. It's like I'm thinking of Frozen
Yes.
in real life.
100%.
So dress your kids up in their
Oh, yeah.
favorite Elsa costumes and come on down to Mayville, because this is the place to be to see something spectacular. How long have you guys been doing this ice castle?
This year is our 39th year.
39th year. And have there been, and I've only been a resident and had a place down in Mayville for about 3 or 4 years. So I don't know if, did it stop during the pandemic? Did it stop 1 year over the past couple of years, or has it been consistent? Because I feel like maybe 1 year didn't happen because of either COVID or something else.
Well, we did have it in 2020 because that happened before COVID, but it was 2021 that we did not have it.
But other than that, I mean, you guys keep it going every year. I mean, Serena, talk a little bit about the sort of embrace that you get from the community and local businesses, because without them, an event like this, and certainly doing something like the Ice Castle, wouldn't be possible.
No, the Ice Castle is definitely the icing on the cake for the event because people come in for that. But in a good winter, we usually see 10,000 plus people coming in, which is good for all of our community, our businesses. And they're willing to step up and either do sponsorship or volunteer in some manner, because this festival is taken on by all volunteers. Nobody is paid to do this. So, and our planning starts back in October. So we put a lot of time into this, but it's just something that our community looks forward to, and it's the biggest winter event in Chautauqua County.
Yep.
Yeah. Where are people coming from? And let's talk more logistics in terms of, is there plenty of places to park and that sort of thing for folks coming from Buffalo?
So people come from all over. They come from Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, like wherever. And we were just featured in an article in New Jersey. So maybe we'll see some of those people too. But we've got 5 different lots that people can park in. This past year in 2025, we added a shuttle for the weekend, which, well, actually, we just had it on Saturday to shuttle people around from parking lot to parking lot, or the stops that we had. And we've got the shuttle back this year, a brand new sponsor for the whole thing. And it'll happen Saturday and Sunday. So there's plenty of parking.
Oh, that's fantastic. So if businesses, if they see this and they want to get involved, how do they get involved? How do they reach out to you guys? And what is needed? I mean, is it cash? Is it, Rick, you were talking about those meals, for example, for some of the workers. What do you guys need, and how can businesses help?
Local restaurants have, they donate a lunch for one of the days because the castle builders get a lunch every single day. That's all taken care of. Sally from Andriachos has got the schedule for that. But, you know, the guys, we always get them baked goods and warm drinks in the morning delivered to the site of the castle so they can stop, take a break, warm up a little bit. So we're always looking for people to bring them baked goods. I even took them oranges last year just for something different.
Nice.
But we have different areas. You know, I think the builders are pretty well set, but Rick can answer if they always want more or not. But there's several different areas that they can volunteer with, like the kids zone and things like that. And the best option is to go to our brand new website, which has not been released before now, but it's mayvillewinterfest.com,
Great.
and they can send us over information. Like if they want to volunteer, we can give them the volunteer link from there. You know, that's still a work in progress, but it's live for people to see. And they can go on there and donate too. There's a link for that if they want to just donate.
Well, that's great. Mayvillewinterfest.com. Easy peasy.
I think it's important to also know that this is really a community, a big community build. As the local high schools get involved, the high school kids come down, the conservation class out of Hughes Votech. So it is really from high school all the way up to, you know, the adults, and hopefully Kelsey and Dave, you'll come down and help us flush the castle this year and
Cool.
be part of that experience. It's always great to put your hands in a bucket of cold Chautauqua Lake water and
right.
really experience this community build. So we would love to have you to come down and help us um, put your touches to this castle.
That'd be very cool. We've already done the
Rick.
polar plunge. We're
That's
used
true.
to the cold,
Ooh,
so
we are. That cold Chautauqua water, it's good for the soul. You know, Rick, Kelsey just mentioned kind of like the rigs and all the things you guys have set up. You know, that pulley system and those boards and whatever that track is, it all looks very old, which I think points to the fact, and Serena, you were talking about this almost being the 40th year. This is the 39th year for this thing. Can you talk a little bit about tradition of this kind of an event and how tradition is such an important part of life down in Mayville and down in Chautauqua County? Because I don't know, I feel like just in the short time that I've become more familiar with it, I think tradition is a big part of that community.
It is, and if you, as you said, some of this equipment is old. Um, the sled that we use to cut the ice, it's probably 40 years old, and the only thing that's changed on it is the saw that we've cut from it. We were just talking at a committee meeting that it used to be the old-fashioned 1960 Briggs and Stratton chainsaws. So uh, the castle is almost, you know, back 40 years ago, 40 years ago, the whole idea was trying to use the whole principles of how ice was harvested, and that was part of the goal. And we've continued with that tradition, as you can see. You know, the wooden ramps and steel angle iron to haul it out of the lake. So that is very important, trying to keep that tradition of labor of love.
great. All right. The Mayville Winterfest is happening February 13th, 14th, and 15th. Head on down there, and we'll be in touch, Mayor, about coming down there ourselves as well.
I'm sure we'll see each other before then, I think, Rick.
Great.
All right. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you all. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, Dave and Kelsey.